Hi everybody, this is Mario Nunez, and I know you're expecting to see the opening of the Tampa Natives show, and we're just about ready to show that to you, but we wanted to make sure you understood that this is a brand new opening to our show. There's also going to be a new credit roll at the end, brought to you courtesy of that one talented Tampa native, Mike Baluha. So if you're ready, turn up the volume a little bit, special close attention now to a brand new show opening. This is the Tampa Natives show. Jeff, push that button.
Otra vez. Come here. Let me say something. I remember Tampa, the way she used to be, the places we would run to, the faces we would see. Yes, I remember Tampa, those precious memories, a city rising on the move, a simple yet progressive groove. I remember Tampa, and she remembers me. Yeah. She remembers me.
Welcome to the Tampa Natives show. Stay tuned now for the fastest 60 minutes in cable broadcast history. Live from the studios at TBCN, the home of the Tampa Natives show. Join your hosts, Mario Nunez, the 15-minute girl, and Steve Canella, as they celebrate growing up in Tampa. From Shock Armstrong to Shakey's Pizza, from Braddock Street to Buffalo Avenue. Get ready to call in and tell us your stories, because sharing your memories has never been this much fun. And now, Mario Nunez, the 15-minute girl, and Steve Canella.
She remembers me.
Hi everybody, this is Mario Nunez. I'm seated alongside my co-host,
Steve Canella.
and of course, aka Tampa Steve,
That's
and of
right.
course,
The 15-minute girl.
and what'd you think? Pretty
good.
That new opening, really sassy, really
Really
sassy.
good.
Very energetic.
If for those of you that have been with us since the very first show of the Tampa Natives show, you'll recognize that as the original song, Havana Nights. That's the name of that particular dub. The original song, and of course, those lyrics, those wonderful lyrics brought to you by Mike Baluha, placed over the old intro, and I think it just works. There was a second voice there, a kind of a harmonizing second voice. We're not sure who that person
It
was.
kind of sounds familiar.
Sounds
there.
familiar to me as well, but thanks, Mike, for letting me collaborate with
Good
you
job,
on that
Mike.
piece. And the closing is just as much fun, so we hope at the end of the show you'll stick around for the minute and a half of the closing, because it's just as much fun. So, well, welcome back, everybody. This is the Tampa Native Show. For those of you that are just joining us for the very first time, welcome. Steve, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. If you are watching for the first time, and every week we're picking up new fans, and I'm sure this is not no exception tonight. But stay tuned. We've got some really exciting photos and some great stories to tell tonight. So please stand by.
That's what we do here at the Tampa Native Show. We're all about sharing memories of growing up in Tampa. And we had an action-packed day today. We're going to get to
We
that in
did.
just a minute. We'd like to tell you, though, just in case you didn't know, because we do advertise, I guess you could say advertise. We let everybody know the show topic in advance on our Facebook fan page. But in case you didn't get a chance to see that during the course of this week, tonight we're going to be talking about Tampa Natives events. You know, the quick synopsis, quick history of our Tampa Natives group. Back in spring of 2009, gentleman to my left, to your right, screen right, Steve Canella started a Facebook page just to find out how many indigenous Tampa natives were still around. And by that I mean those people that are grandchildren and great-grandchildren of those original settlers that came here to Tampa to support the cigar industry, say, late 1880s. Well, as it turns out, I met Steve at a social spring of that year. The group was fledgling. Steve and I combined forces, and if I get out of line here or say something that's not factual,
I'll jump
make sure
in.
you correct me.
Absolutely.
And
That's why we're here.
The group rapidly grew exponentially as Facebook has a way of making things happen. Before we knew it, we had a 6,000 member group on our hands. At that point, Steve and I decided, well, it's high time that everybody get together and meet everybody. So we decided, summer of that year, 2009, to have a New Year's Eve party, correct?
That was very exciting, right?
New Year's Eve party, black tie for the hosts and hostess.
2009.
And everybody came dressed nice. It was a semi-formal event, I guess you'd say, at the Marriott right there on West Shore in Cyprus. We had a DJ. We had 125 guests show up. We had giveaways, danced the night away, champagne toast.
Fun.
Excellent, excellent affair.
And it was a lot of work.
Well,
It was a
it
lot
was
of
a
work.
great deal of work, but I tell you what, it paid off. At the end of that 3 or 4 months of planning, we had a great event, and we had the video to prove it.
And guys, you know what happened with that first event, that New Year's Eve party? We basically took the Facebook from a digital format platform and brought it live. So we took
Yes.
it off Facebook and actually a whole room of 125 Tampa natives.
We did it. We did
Dancing.
it.
Shook
Dr.
hands with a lot of people?
Yeah, we did. We breathed life into it. I guess
that's
you
a
could
good way
say.
to put it. We sure
and
did.
at that point, we had a tiger by the tail. So we continued that momentum into 2010. And we had several other events in 2010, one of which included a Rays game, which also had a Hall of Notes concert attached to the end of it. That was pretty terrific. We've answered the phones for Jerry's Kids for the last 3 years now during the MDA Telethon in Septembers. Let's see, we had a bowling event at Panorama Lanes, which is where we met Rufino, and of course Corky and Rufino did our show. We did Festa Italiana. Steve, if I'm forgetting anything. Oh, we've made appearances on Positively Tampa Bay with Lisette Campos
Twice.
at ABC Action News twice. We've been on Latino 54, WMNF Latino 54 with Franco Silva 3 or 4 different times. And most recently, this past weekend, we were at a Tampa Preservation Inc. event with Mr. Johnny Sinchette. And this is our second event there. We've done numerous events at Amarillo Sandwiches and more in the heart of West Tampa, which we affectionately refer to as our clubhouse, I guess you'd say.
Yes.
And so much so that they actually named a lunch special, the Tampa Natives Show Day Lunch Special. Stevie, what's included in that lunch
Well, it's
special?
my favorite dish. It's arroz blanco con huevos fritos.
Nobody says it like Steve. That's arroz blanco con huevos fritos.
Not fritos, but
As Steve would
fried
say.
eggs over white rice.
We've also had events at the Columbia Restaurant and at the Colonnade. So you can see this is a group that is alive, well. We've got callers already calling, and this is amazing. And tonight's show is dedicated to, I guess you could say, the history, the genesis, the history, the evolution of those events.
And I'll tell you guys, you know what? After going through the pictures the other night, as we did, I didn't realize we had that many events in the last 2 years.
Yeah, we really have done a lot.
It's incredible.
It slowed down a tick when we started to do the show.
You're right.
Yeah.
But we're picking back up again. We're ramping back up. And as you can see, the default picture behind us, which is a really, really cool picture.
Thanks to Dan Perez.
Thanks to Dan Perez for photoshopping the Tampa Native show in there. Those umbrellas were set up by none other than Beachmaster Michael White.
yeah.
And that is an amazing, and yes, we do carry our lamp with us
Take our
wherever
lamp
we go.
with us
It's really
and put
heavy,
it on
though.
the
Just
beach.
so you know, that is an actual lamp on the beach. That is actually Paso Grill Beach right across the street from the Hurricane, which is where we set up our shop. We set up our umbrellas every time we have an event. So you can see we do a great deal of events. This show tonight is dedicated to those events. Caller, we see you there. Please
Hang on.
stand by. We're going to get to you in just a minute. Let me refer to my notes real quick.
You know, because of this Tampa Natives venture, I've done more in the last 2 years than I've probably done socially in the last 15
Oh,
years.
we have too.
Easy.
Well,
We've met so many wonderful people
And
and,
that's
had
another
so
thing.
much fun, and we don't want it to stop. We want to make more and more friends all the time.
And,
so
and in
come
great
join
part
us.
why we're doing this show tonight, to encourage you guys to offer your opinions and your advice and maybe even some suggestions on how we might do bigger, better, and more fun, if it's even possible.
More dancing.
More dance, because we love to dance.
Yes.
We love to party, we love to dance
And
here.
sing.
Real quick, before we get to the caller, I just have to give a real quick shout. Today we had a pretty neat experience. The 15-minute girl and I were out
Boy, did we ever.
running around and taking care of some errands while Steve was hard at work. And so we had the occasion to stop in today, thanks to, in great part, to a dear friend of the show, Mr. Oli Gonzalez. Oliveiro, thank you so much for setting up that meeting today and that personal guided tour with Mr. Mike Faedo at Caracolillo Coffee Mills.
It was wonderful.
Talk about a Tampa Native establishment. Since 1936, Caracolillo Mills has been providing wonderful coffee for all of Tampa. And we had a private tour today. So we'd like to say hello to them because we know they're out there watching. Mike, thank you for your hospitality today. That was wonderful. And we'll hope to see much, much more of you as our season progresses. And we welcome the opportunity to have you join us here on the Tampa Native Show. What a
That
great,
must have been fun.
It was
What
a great
what
time.
What a
Everybody
great
was
legacy.
so welcoming and so kind.
And as much as I love
just
coffee,
showed us everything.
And the thing I told Mike before we left there, I said, if there was any way at all possible that you can figure out a way to bottle perhaps a perfume, that coffee scent, because when it gets in your car, I'm telling you, it gets in your car and it's in your house, it's just, of course, Mike might have a different opinion of that. I understand that when you're working in the coffee with the coffee all day. Right there on Hesperdes, just west of the airport, Caracolillo Mill, Coffee Mills, since 1936. Pretty neat stuff. Now remember, we always have a question of the day. Today's question of the week, I should say, today's question of the week brought to you by, ready, Steve?
I'm ready.
Stamatakis, Thalgi, and Bonanno. This question of the week today, when you call us up, we want to get your name, where you're calling from. Of course, we won't let you hang up without telling us your Lucky Bolita drawing number, but we also, question of the week, and here it comes. The question of the week is, Halloween party or New Year's Eve party? In keeping with the events topic of the week, we want to find out if you had one of those two to attend, if we were to plan one of those two, would you like to attend a Halloween party, or would you like to see us put on one of those bashes again,
And
New
we
Year's
may
Eve?
just plan it based on the results we get tonight.
I think that's the
Okay, let's vote right now.
There we
I
go.
think that's, and I know how the 15-minute girl's going to vote. She's not.
I love Halloween parties.
Yeah, we just want to dance.
I
okay?
want to dance. I just want to have fun.
We just want to dance.
dress up.
We've got the Tony Zapponi Tampa trivia question coming up in just a few minutes as well. So I think without further ado, at 10 minutes past the hour, shall we go to the callers?
We should.
Yes.
They've been waiting
Been
patiently
waiting a
too.
little
so-
while.
Let's do that. Stevie, go ahead and do your thing.
Absolutely. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Joe Beatty from Seminole.
There
Well,
he
man,
is.
all right.
Yay. Back in the number one
Hey, good to hear
slot.
from you.
Allow
Joe.
me, Joe, before you get to your question, your comment, to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, now leading off and playing third base, Joe Abini, wearing number 3, of course. For those of you that have been missing Joe, as we have, understand that Joe is the head baseball coach at Bayshore Christian School.
You're doing a great job.
And he's turned that program around from his from 2-13. Joe, correct me if I'm wrong. To 12-3 this year, and headed towards the playoffs.
Great.
We've been missing Joe, but he's been busy coaching his boys on Thursday nights. Joe, welcome back to the show.
Well, it's good to be back. It's good to be able to see you guys on the air again.
Nice to be
Good,
seen
good.
by
Yes,
you.
it is. Yes, it is. We're going to see you Sunday as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to come down. I think we're going to be picking up 10 shirts on Saturday. So
Good.
I got to get sizes and stuff. So.
Okay, we have larges and extra larges. We just went with those two
Yeah.
sizes. So
Take it easy.
They run probably, I would say, a little bit big, maybe.
I think they run a little small.
Okay, the 15-minute girl and I are disagreeing on
But
this
that's
one.
nothing new.
Yeah, well, we'll see you there. We'll have them there, so we'll hold them up next to you. And larges and extra larges, and Saturday between. We'll announce that a little bit later on, but we'll see you Saturday for that.
There's 3 occasions that I really enjoy that we had an opportunity to participate in. There was a Pat's Grill, going out to Pat's Grill with everyone.
First time we met you.
We love that.
And then the Colonnade.
That
Yes.
was fun. Yes.
And then the fundraiser that you and Amarilli sponsored for our fundraiser.
Oh, right.
Wonderful.
For the baseball team and for the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Joe. You're right. And you know what? We forgot to mention the
We
soiree.
did.
The soiree.
that's
I can't say that word.
The soiree.
Yeah,
The soiree.
that
We
was
had it-
fun.
yeah,
That was
we-
my favorite one.
At the Greater Tampa Showmen's Association, courtesy of Laura Settlemeyer and the group there for getting that building for us.
Yeah.
That was a great deal of fun too.
It was.
Talk about a great night of fellowship, camaraderie, dancing. We were dancing to the oldies on that night. That was a lot of fun. And of
That's
course,
a
our
good place.
sponsors stepped up. We had more food that
We
night.
had great food.
That was a terrific night. Remember that night, Steve?
That was
Yeah.
a blast. I love the soiree.
I got to give me my Bolita numbers.
Okay.
We know what it is already.
Yeah, but give it to us anyway.
I think I know, but tell me again, Joe.
Yes, we do.
All right, mine Bolita number 3 and
Okay.
7.
3 for Joe.
And Keitha?
And Keitha 7.
7.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you down.
Vote. My question of the week vote is for Halloween parties.
Yay!
Halloween
All
party
right.
for Joe.
Yay!
I
One
bought
for
a
me.
costume and didn't get to wear it.
Oh no.
That's right. That's right.
We had ours in mind too.
We had ours
so-
in mind too, and you know what? We were a little frustrated because we thought they were going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we just didn't get to wear them this year. But listen, predicated on what everybody calls tonight, I think the panel here will agree. We'll make our decision predicated on that. Either way, we're good.
I'm holding them to it.
Yeah, my costume's ready.
Halloween or New Year's Eve. Either way, we're good. Does Keitha have a choice? Because you know what? We'll put her down for a vote as well.
I would say Halloween also.
There you go. So
good.
there you go. We got a 2 for 1 on the first call. That's great. Joe, we love you, man. Listen, we're going to see you Saturday, and we're going to have a blast on Sunday. And here's a little spoiler alert. Look away if you don't want to know, guys. but we're going to take our camera with us to the game on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll have a lot of video in next week's show all about what happens over there at the Trop on Sunday.
That'd be great. That'd be
Pretty cool stuff.
Really good to hear from you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks for calling, Joe.
Back in the
Yeah.
leadoff spot, man, just like we knew.
See you soon.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good to hear from him again, isn't it?
Great to hear from
We
you.
missed him the first few
Joe's
shows.
back in the fold. Hey, we
All
got
right,
a caller.
get another caller.
Caller already.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Emilio Garcia.
Hey, Emilio.
Well, look at who's there.
We got a picture of him tonight.
Emilio, we got photos of you, and we're going to tell Jeff anytime he's ready, although that picture there is so serene and so wonderful. That's a professional job of setting up umbrellas. But anytime you want to roll through the pictures, Emilio.
It's 19.
That was our very first outing. Emilio, so glad you're calling tonight because we've solved our problems with the phone company.
Yeah.
Yep.
There he is.
There he is.
That's true.
Look at who's on that camera right there, Emilio. You recognize that person?
Yeah, big old fat guy.
There he is.
Yeah, I see him.
And Arch
That was
Deal.
wonderful. Arch Deal, that was the night that we presented you with the book that Arch Deal wrote and signed for you. That's wonderful.
Corporate Fall Guy.
Yep.
Yep.
Great book, by the way.
So Emilio, tell us a little bit about maybe if you have an idea for an event, maybe if you want to have a cookout at your house, we're willing to go over there so you can cook for us.
Oh, wow.
I'm just
We
going to
heard you cook really well, too, so.
And your house is big enough for all of us because when we show up with our friends. If you had a choice, Halloween party, New Year's party, what do you think?
Well, the wife and I are kind of down, and we'll think something up and let you know.
Okay. Send it
Okay.
to us in an email. Absolutely, 100%.
They sure will.
Show at tampanatives.com.
Show at tampanatives.com or on Facebook. Well, we're always on. Emilio's always on
Oh,
Facebook. Emilio,
yes.
you started a page as well. Why don't you let our viewers know what that Facebook page is in case they don't know so they can communicate with
Join
you
in.
there?
It's a great
Well, I started up growing up in Ybor City, Key West Lost Friends, Landmark Baptist Church,
Wow.
Facebook Friends Luncheon. Growing up, I remember Key West when. Gosh, I got so many.
I think at this point,
What
it's-
page
I
haven't you
didn't know
started?
Yeah,
there
no,
were
at
that
this
many.
point, I
That's
think it's
great.
safe to say, Emilio, there's a
Yeah.
12-step program for you somewhere because you got to step away from that Facebook. I just thought you started Ybor City,
what I thought.
Yeah.
you know, and
That's
you,
great.
You started Lost Friends of Key West and the friends that they lost. It's tremendo. But listen,
So you're staying really busy.
yes, he is,
Yeah.
and you are one of the authorities and the go-to guys when it comes to Ybor City. And for personally, from where I sit, if I'm doing research or if I need an answer, question answered, you're my first go-to guy. So,
I know it. You're more than welcome.
He knows it. like the
Papa,
back
thank
of
you
his
for
hand.
being there. And when you know what, maybe one of these times when you're feeling up to it, either we can bring you in here, or we can have you do this with us, or we can come to you, bring the video camera, and we can shoot
Yeah,
you where
do
you
some
are.
taping.
And because our friends need to hear from you,
You
as
have a
well.
lot of stories,
I'll let you
too.
know, brother. I'll let you know.
You got great stories. Well, thank you, Emilio.
What about your Bolito number?
Yeah, give us that Bolita number.
You know what it is? 45.
At a baby.
45.
Put that down. 45.
It's so nice talking to y'all.
You too.
Thank you, Emilio. I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
we solved those issues with the phone because I was worried, man. We look forward to hearing from you every week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And our
Emilio.
fans take their Bolita numbers very seriously, don't they?
Bye-bye. Listen, just before we get to the next call, I
about
want to
this?
bring this up. Those first two pictures you saw were the 15-minute girl and myself dressed as Groucho Marx. There you go, thank you. And Rita Hayworth.
Sort of.
Sort of. And that was a Cigar City magazine event. That was actually the very, very first event
Yeah.
that we kind of came out dressed in character as the hosts of the Tampa Natives show.
Mm-hmm.
That was in October of 2009, but about 2 months before our New Year's Eve party. And that was a real fun event. That was with Lisa Figueredo.
was a lot of fun.
Stevie, we didn't have a
Well,
picture of you that night.
I was
but you were
James-
there. You
I
were
was,
James Dean.
James Dean, but
James
the
Dean.
the outfit didn't look too well, so we didn't take
No,
a picture.
you did.
No, you look great.
good.
You look great just like
Well,
you
we
look
had
tonight.
yeah, the haircut. That's what it was.
Yeah, the haircut. Atta baby. But back to the photographs. Let's get that next caller. Boy, the lines are lighting up tonight.
Flashing.
Right.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
It's Tom from New York.
Hey,
Wow,
Tom.
Tom from New
Tom
York.
from New York.
Tom from New York.
Our
Tom
new
from New York.
friend.
We
Hi,
know-
Tom. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? How
Hey.
you, Sally, Mario, and Steve? How you doing?
Good,
Steve?
good.
Very,
Great.
very,
Thank you.
very good.
Great.
Thank you. How about yourself?
Oh, just daggone dandy. Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday.
you
The
go.
best part about the Tampa Native Show, besides you get to see us each and every week, is that we bring you to Friday. When you know you go to
true.
bed tonight and you say your prayers and you wake up in the morning, guess what?
It's Friday.
TGI Friday.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And Tom, I think we know your lucky number already, don't we?
I think you do.
Is it 17?
No, it's 8.
Oh, it's 8. Okay. Stevie knows that. Stevie knows that because 17 is my favorite number, my lucky number as well.
You're
Listen,
messing with me now.
that photograph in the background there is it was the night of our New Year's Eve party. It was really, the Marriott did a wonderful job.
elegant.
It was elegant. Long stem fluted glasses there for the champagne toast. The tables were dressed. There was 2 gigantic Christmas trees. We had a slide video presentation that Dan Perez, the great Dan Perez, put together for us. I think there were something like 17 or 18 million slides.
1,800.
Yeah, we didn't repeat a slide, and the show went on for 5 hours. So that just goes to show you how many slides there were. And you know what, Tom? If you lived a little bit closer to us, you can come party with us, man. If you had a choice and if you were closer to us, what would it be? Halloween for you or New Year's Eve?
Well, I'm about 80 miles north of New York City, the Big Apple that drops every
New Year's.
New Year's Eve. Dick Clark, who recently passed away,
Yep.
took over for Guy Lombardo years ago.
Yes.
For the dropping of the apple, God rest in peace. God.
Yes.
So I would have to go with
New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve.
New Year's
New
Eve,
Year's.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
spoken like a New Yorker. Hey, brother, listen, that's
Thanks for
appropriate.
calling.
That's absolutely appropriate. Your Lucky Bolita drawing number?
Oh, we got it.
Oh, the number 8, forgive
Number
me. And look at those 2 handsome, dapper fellas there. What do you think?
Oh, they're great.
Heckle and
Tuxedo.
Jekyll, look at us, man. I'm dying to wear that tuxedo again. I'm torn because
You know what? You
What
may
time
not
we
fit
had?
in that tuxedo
I want to wear
now.
that tuxedo again so
Don't
bad.
like a tie.
Yeah, I know.
Tom, and who's got the real one?
Exactly. Listen, we appreciate you calling every week, man, and hopefully maybe later in the summer, if you make it down here, we'll get a chance to get
Yeah.
together and have break bread. How's
Definitely.
that?
Oh, that would be great.
Thanks,
Tom.
Tom.
Thanks for
Thanks
calling.
for calling, brother.
Thanks
we
for your
appreciate it.
call.
You have a good one.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Tom. That's
Awesome.
great. Tom's becoming one of
He's a New York native.
Yeah, no,
He's our fan.
He's one of our fans.
New York
and
fan.
He's called every week from New
Yeah.
York, and that's terrific. If somebody else is out there watching and they're further away than New York,
Yeah.
like a Seattle or a Portland or
Give him some
us-
competition.
Yeah, let's
I think
go,
what he's
man.
going to do is going to start the New York Natives show.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do.
That's what
Why
he's trying to
not?
do. Okay.
And listen, you don't have to pay us too much in
Right.
the loyalty department on
Just
that, Tom.
a slight charge.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine with that.
Another
Hey,
call.
we got another call.
Let's
Let's
grab
do
it.
it. Yeah.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, it's Rose Durant calling.
Well, there's one of our callers.
Rose,
Hi,
where have you
Rose.
been?
Found us.
Well, really, Debbie Palladini dialed and said, "Oh, here, you talk."
Oh, Debbie, she got
Oh,
cold
no.
feet
Hi,
there at the
Debbie.
last minute. Hi, Debbie.
We're back on TV.
And I said, "Hi, hey Sally, thanks for letting me know that y'all are back on."
You are very welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah,
nice to hear your voice.
You know, I just couldn't do that.
We knew you couldn't wait for us to be back on, so.
That picture that was just on there a second ago, if you can go back to it real quick, Jeff, that was an event that we had at Panorama Bowling Lanes. And for those of us that are bowlers, old bowlers, new bowlers, young bowlers, we're going to do that again at some point in time because that was a great deal of fun. That's
Yeah.
where we met Rufino.
That was a
And that
blast.
was a pretty
Lot of
good-
people showed
A lot
up.
of good people. My
Yeah.
parents are in that photograph.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of South Tampa survivors
Randy
there.
McClure.
Really, really good stuff. And we've got a video that we're going to show in just a couple of minutes, South Tampa Survivor video that we kind of had to show again this week because last week we had an audio
Yes.
problem.
Right.
But Rose, tell us, if you had a choice, would you want to join us for Halloween or for New Year's?
You know it's Halloween. Halloween,
Yay,
I guess,
Rose.
is the best holiday.
All right, so
right.
we got one vote for All Hallows Eve. And you know what? Since you're on the phone, we're going to let you give us a number for you. Since Debbie was the one that dialed, you give us a number for Debbie. And give us Debbie's vote as well. Does she vote for Halloween?
Yeah. Hey, what's your number? Oh, she's
Okay.
gonna take 17 because
Debbie?
the other guy didn't take it.
That's my
Okay.
number too. Very
Got
good.
her
Lucky
down.
number. And we got you both for Halloween?
Yes, Halloween.
Oh boy, Halloween.
And your
number?
Halloween is. And your number, Rose?
27.
27.
Okay, good.
But it's so good to hear from you,
It's
Rose.
nice to see you all again.
Thank
Nice
you.
to
Nice
see
to
you
hear
Listen,
from
too.
you.
it feels great to be back on TV, and
wonderful.
and it feels great to get our old callers calling back
Yes.
in. So
Our fans.
Super.
Oh, great. All right, you all have a good show. We're watching.
Thank you
thank
very
you so much, Rose. That's wonderful.
Take
Thank
care
you.
out there.
You know, I'm glad we're leaning
Welcome.
towards.
Bye,
guys.
Bye. I'm glad
Isn't
we're
that
leaning
great?
towards Halloween because I want to dress up again this year.
Well, you
Yay,
know what?
I do too.
We've got a caller on the line. Caller, if you're within the sound of my voice, stand by. Don't lose your spot. We're going to show this video right quick, and we're going to come back. Now, let me set this video up real quick. March the 10th, the three of us had the opportunity, again, VIP guests for the South Tampa Survivors Summer Stock 3, the third year running now that our South Tampa Survivor sister group has put together a wonderful event. It's an all-day event, catered. They've got live music. There's adult libations. This is pretty terrific stuff. We've got Randy Parrott. Go ahead. and
Patty Crony Seaberg.
and Patty Crony Seaberg, Randy Parrott, and I interviewed them. And Patty, we hope you're out there watching. And we're going to ask Jeff to go ahead and call up that video because this is something that you guys need to see. This is our sister group, South Tampa Survivors. Hi, Tampa Native Show fans. Mario Nunez here alongside Randy Parrott. And this is Patty Crony Seaberg, and we're here celebrating today Everything South Tampa Survivors. We're here at their annual function. Randy, tell all of our Tampa Native Show fans a little bit about how the South Tampa Survivor Group got started and how you guys decided to have this party here.
It all started back when I was trying to locate old friends on the internet, and classmates just wasn't cutting it. And then I discovered Facebook and started putting together memories of South Tampa, and it just kind of took off from there. Our membership grew rapidly. Tampa Tribune did an article on us.
I remember seeing that.
That made it grow even more so, and then people started mentioning about, when we were planning a party and get together. So I got together. I'm a member of Post 138 here. It's South Tampa. It's on the water. So,
Beautiful.
We planned our first one, had it in 2010. We were only expecting 300-400 people, and we had over 700 the first year attend with 2 bands. And we tried to upscale it a little bit last year, but 3 bands went for 12 hours, but that was a little rough.
12 hours now.
But we did.
That's a mini marathon.
Yeah, over 900 last year.
900.
So, it's kind of grown. We've had people come back from all over the country because South Tampa was a lot of military families.
Sure.
So a lot of people that grew up here
Might have moved away.
So we've had them come as far away as Washington State, Seattle, Alaska, California,
That's
Colorado.
nice.
So they come from all over back for the event. So it's kind of better than a class reunion because it doesn't matter what year.
Right.
Just the fact that you grew up in South Tampa. And we kind of base it on growing up here in the 80s back because Tampa's changed so much in that time.
I think we can agree that since 1980s, we hardly recognize our fair city anymore. But there's a core of us that are still here. South Tampa Survivors, certainly, the Tampa Natives group, this Tampa Natives show that we've started. And we just love to get together and talk about the old days. And for those of us that are a little bit older now, I guess they are the old days. Patty, tell us a little bit about how the evolution of this party. We know how it got started. Tell us those first couple of events, a little bit about that, but even more importantly, where you see it going in the future.
Well, the first year just a few of us got together and said, hey, let's just get together a party, and we didn't dream that so many people would come.
700 the first year? 700?
Over 700 people.
Wow.
So we just had a small group. It's our committee. We put it together, and the American Legion was gracious to let us have it here.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some good volunteers, good friends, or our friends that got together, and we put it together. And it went well the first year. And after it, we didn't talk about it for 6 months. And then Randy will call and say, okay, we need to look at a date. And so we'll pick out a date. We go to the American Legion, and that's how last year came out with over 900. Last year was tough. This year, last year I wanted to do mobile food venues.
Yep.
To kind of take a little bit off us a little bit so we can enjoy it. And this year we're very fortunate to have Taco Bus. Everybody loves Taco Bus. And also Cruise and Cuisine, and they do South Tampa Ybor food.
Nice.
Cuban sandwiches.
We're familiar with that.
Cuban sandwiches, pulled pork, black bean, jello rice. So we think that we can get everyone covered this year.
Good. And after a little bit, we'll get over there. Be sure to get over there and get a little video.
Yeah, a little
of
bit
each
of that
those.
food, absolutely.
Yep, so we can show everybody.
Absolutely.
The music, the live bands. Tell us a little bit about the bands this year.
Well, Randy's the expert on the bands. Nowhere Men played for us for the first year.
They were great.
They were voted the best group, and we brought them back. They kind of dissolved, and they've come back. And so we're excited for them to start off for today. And then the second band is 11th Hour, Tony Armand, and they rock the house. And there's going to be a lot of great surprises with them. So they'll keep the group going up until 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, from 2 to 10 o'clock, right here at on the property of Post 138, just a little bit south of Gandy, off of Prescott and West Shore. So, we're going to be showing this, of course, after we come back up on hiatus. But we're going to let you know that you can find South Tampa Survivors on Facebook, just like you can find the Tampa Natives group we are like sister groups here because there's a lot of overlap, a lot of intersecting circles. A lot of us belong to both groups, and we're both active in both groups, and we'd love to have you join us as well. So stay with us. We'll take more video throughout the course of the day. Music will be starting in just a little while. We have to say thank you at this point in time to both Randy and to Patty because they invite us every year. We get these little VIP armbands, and we feel real special being a part of it. And next year, you got to be here with us as well.
Yep.
So, ready, guys? We're going to do a little salute and happy days. So, on behalf of Patty and Randy, I'm Mighty Nugent's Tampa Natives Show saying salute and happy days. We'll see you soon.
And that's a wrap.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that video. You know what? It was 5 minutes that we needed to show because we owed our South Tampa surviving sisters that video. And for those of you that were paying very, very close attention, I just want you all to know I have an assortment of these black guayaberas. That's not the same shirt. Actually, it really was. It just so happened.
Now they're aware.
Now, and before we get to our callers, we see there's Stevie. Make that announcement that you've got to make.
We have an announcement. It is the time for the Tony Zapponi Tampa Trivia question, brought to you by Tony Peroni and the Housewife Bake Shop.
There you go.
And the winner, $10 for the winner.
$10 for the winner.
From Tony Zapponi, and he got some great questions. Here it is.
This one's tough, guys.
This one's going to be a little tricky.
Yeah.
Question, what was Colonel Tom Parker's job in Tampa at the time he purchased Elvis Presley's recording contract from RCA for $5,000?
Repeat it again.
What was Colonel Tom Parker's job in Tampa at the time he purchased Elvis Presley's recording contract from RCA for $5,000?
All right, $10 on the line. Tony Zapponi pays you directly, and he might even come to your house and pay you. Let's go to the caller, Steve.
That's a tough one.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Jim from Palmacia. How are you
Hello,
guys?
Jim.
Jim from Palmacia, thanks for hanging tough, man. I know you've been there for a little while. We've seen that life blinking. Thank you, brother.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Not a problem, not a problem. Glad to see you got the video up running this week. It looks good.
Excellent.
Good,
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, talk to us a little bit, man. Are you a Halloween guy or a New Year's Eve guy?
Well, I'm a little bit of both, but maybe I've got a taste for Halloween, just like my brother
Wow.
with another month with the little goatee there. So.
Very nice. Very nice.
Things are working out.
We'll
good
put you
for
down
me.
for Halloween. You got a favorite number?
Well, let's stick with number 58.
58. Now, see, you know,
58.
the one thing about our regular callers, for those that are calling for the first time or watching for the first time this week, we have a fondness and an affection for our regular viewers. And we know that Joe Obidi is going to be 3 every week and Keith is going to be 7. We're kind of getting the feeling that Jim from Palmacia is going to be number 58. Emilio's 45. You know, Rose. I mean, it's kind of neat.
And
Tom from New York is number 8.
We'd like to fill up all of those, believe
We're
it or
going to
not.
try to get to all of these calls, and they're coming hot and heavy. We're already past the 30-minute mark. That photograph you're looking at right there is a real special one. That was a luncheon that we had at the Columbia restaurant, and that was just before our Hall & Oates Rays game event, and we had those real neat jerseys that were made. Thank you so much, Mr. Richard Gunsmart. Wrote the check for those shirts so we could all look kind of uniformed, and I think that was a real. And those 2 guys in the front there, I don't know what they're doing laying on the floor, but
Laurel and
That was-
Hardy.
that was
oh yeah, I was kidding. What a great afternoon that was.
The
Hey
Angela
Jim,
Chia room.
we need to have you come out and party with us here real soon, Bubba. We know you're busy,
Yeah.
but
It was good. It was good seeing you guys this past weekend.
Yes, it was.
And that was a great event there at that old exploring that old Methodist church down there.
That was.
A beautiful
we
church.
saved our little table kind of placard here, and we brought it in. Tampa Preservation Inc.
Historic Homes West Workshop, yeah.
The workshop, I tell you what, the workshop gets bigger and better each
does.
and every year. It was great to see you there. You took the words out of my mouth, brother. And that private tour you gave us at the church was really, really cool. 1927, I think we decided that church was built.
1927, that church was built. And let me throw one little quick thing out there at you.
Please.
The Policy Methodist Church is going to be hosting a pastor from Santiago, Cuba.
Okay.
Sunday at 9:15. So if anybody wants to see a Cuban pastor preach the Methodist word at 9:15 there, Beta Band Del Mabry. Policy is celebrating their 66th anniversary. And just want the Tampa Natives know that they're going on this Sunday if they care to partake.
Palmacia
Okay.
Methodist Church. Thank
Good
you.
to know.
Thank you, Jim, for that announcement. You got a bell rung on that one, partner. We appreciate it, and we'll see you real soon.
We'll do that. Have fun at the game. I'm sorry I'll be missing that event this weekend, but we'll catch up with you guys around the corner.
We'll hold
Okay.
you to it. We'll hold you to it. Thanks,
Thanks,
Jim.
Jim.
Bueno.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios. That was a great afternoon. It's a great evening as
Wasn't
well.
that a blast?
Village
And
people.
hello, dressing up.
Yeah,
It's just fun.
Yeah, I guess you can say that we just like to kind of dress up.
Yeah.
That was the night that The Village people played after the Orioles were in town to take on the Rays. It was throwback jersey day. They wore their Tampa Tarpons uniforms from the 1970s. And, of course, we were all dressed there on the Captain Morgan party deck.
That was great.
What a great night.
Yeah.
And this weekend coming up, this Sunday, we're going to be Sunday afternoon. Look for us on TV. There's going to be 67 of us.
Yikes.
In the Papa John's bullpen box, which is right down the right field line, right there next to where the Rays have their bullpen. There's another great shot. There's Captain Morgan. He was partying with us a little bit as well.
Oh, remember we had Todd Callis.
Todd Callis, he came and did an interview with us. I mean, we're hoping.
Mostly
hey,
with
Todd,
you.
if you're out there listening, man, come and talk to us again this week.
I'm sure he will.
We need to see you there. Yeah. Gosh, where's the time going? Stevie, let's get to our next caller.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, little buddy.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Casey. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Thanks for calling in, man.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
At the game.
It's going to be great. I just saw this afternoon Mr. Mark Fisher. I saw Mr. Jerry Clayman yesterday. It's going to be kind of like a little mini Plant High reunion. Danny Williams going to be there. Danny Williams, right?
Yes.
And as well, Harry Lynn's going to be there. I mean, it's going to be like an old
a reunion.
Yeah, an old reunion of Coleman Cobras.
It'll be a good time.
It'll be great times. Hey, do you have a preference between Halloween or New Year's Eve?
You know, Halloween's kind of like a lost party atmosphere anymore. If you notice, I mean, I get like a handful of kids at my door, and it's like it's just phasing out.
Everybody goes out to party, I think.
I don't think so. I think it's a dying holiday.
Really?
But I think we need to bring it back up.
We need to bring it back.
Do I hear you saying Halloween there, Case?
I have an Uncle Fester costume.
Well.
It's all settled then.
Write it down there. Give us that number. Give us that Bolita number.
Well, you know it. In honor of the 15-minute girl.
15.
All righty. I'd love you for that.
There you go. Okay. Hey, listen, man, we appreciate you being there each and every week for us, my brother. And remember, we talked a little bit about maybe an upcoming event with you at your place of business there.
Why not?
I think we need to flesh that out and do something a little bit later on this spring, summer. What do you think?
Yeah, we could do another fish fry or something.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Since we missed the last one.
Since we were sick.
Yeah.
I was sick for the
there.
last one. The fish fry. That's right. Stevie went representing.
Yeah.
Well, we love fish fries.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you on Sunday. Gates open, I think, about 11:30, quarter to 12, so don't be late.
Yes, I'll be there. And did you get an answer for the trivia thing yet?
Please, what you got?
If memory serves me, I think he was like a dog catcher or something.
Wow!
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
That's
Yes.
How did you know that?
You
I had no
Did you
clue.
Google?
What's that?
Did you Google that?
No. I remember my dad was a big. My dad
Elvis?
was probably the king of useless trivia.
Well, if Tony Zapponi is out there listening, and we know he is, Tony, you're going to have to toughen up these questions, man, because Casey is on the scene, and look at that. Boom,
That's great.
out of the gate.
That's
we
great.
thought that was going to be a
That's
stumper.
incredible.
Yeah.
Let me read a little bit of the answer that Tony provided for us. He says, Parker was the dog catcher for the director of the Tampa Humane Society on Armenia Avenue. He moonlighted as a promoter and had just released Eddie Arnold from his contract when he took on Elvis. One of Elvis's very first concerts was held right here at Tampa's Fort Homer Hesterly Armory on Howard Avenue. Casey, that's pretty good, man.
It's amazing.
Turned out to be not so useless trivia.
Yeah, well, send us your address, or if you want, I guess maybe if I see Tony. No, send me your address if I don't have it already. Didn't you win something earlier? Yes, you did. You won the trivia question first week with the air raid horns, did you not?
Yes.
Waiting for my Tampa Natives shirt still.
Right.
Well, okay, I'm going to bring that to you on Sunday, and Tony will send you another check. Boy, you're doing all right, man. Tony's going to have your address on file. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you on Sunday.
All righty.
See you, bud.
We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Casey.
You're the best.
Bye.
Thank you, brother.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tony
Hey,
has-
look at that picture right there. Where were we there, man? We were
that's
by the
Festa
Italiana.
Festa Italiana 2010, right? 2010.
2010.
Yep,
Sure was.
2010. That was the preview of that shirt right there.
No, 2011.
2011.
Was it
Forget it,
2011?
2011. That's right.
right.
It was just last year. That's right. Stevie's absolutely right. Man, we got the
We had
callers
a
going
computer
on?
there with a
coming in
monitor
hot and heavy.
showing
Well,
that 1800 photo PowerPoint presentation.
That
all
was
the people.
that was
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because you brought your you
Yeah,
brought the computer with you,
yeah.
set it
Yeah.
all up there. We had a great day that day, man.
Made a
We
lot
had
of connections, made a lot
folks
of
coming
friends.
by and
There
stopping
were a lot of
by.
people there.
There's if you'll take us out of the picture real quick, you'll see how we set up the tent. Our tent was just down from the stage. We had those recycle bags that we just previewed. Our business cards were set up there. It was a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks to Michael and Kathy White, who were
they were a
very
lot of
helpful.
help.
They stayed with us all day and helped us set everything up.
Thanks to the Italian Club too for
And
giving
the
us such a great
Italian Club
spot
for
there.
providing us with that wonderful spot. Listen, we've got a special 15-minute girl special announcement. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and say that this 15-minute girl special announcement brought to you by South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic. That would be one Dr. Tom Aguero. Darling, what is that special announcement?
Special announcement would be
Go
that
ahead.
we have new T-shirts.
You want to show that shirt now, darling? If
I
you want to
would
hold
be
that shirt up,
so happy
hold
to
it right
show
up into your camera there. And at this point, we'd like to say thank you, a great big thank you there. Wow, that's
Those are
really
really
nice.
cool.
A great big thank you to Mr. Kevin Malzone. And most of you who grew up here in Tampa might just be familiar with the name Malzone. Means everything Speedline to me, man. When you got your baseball uniform lettered with your number on the back and your
Household name.
Yep, that was the Malzone family. And Kevin and Two Brothers Printing. Thank you so much for burning the
They
midnight
came out great.
oil.
Thank you.
They
Came out
came out
beautiful.
terrific. We're going to have them available on Saturday at Amaryllis between 11 and 2. And for those that are attending the game with us on Sunday, a special price just for you guys. Kevin, the shirts came out great, brother. We do thank you for
Good
that.
job.
Quick call.
All right, sir.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Libby from Tampa.
Hey, Libby from
How are you,
Tampa.
Libby?
We haven't heard from you in a while. So nice to hear from you.
Are the
I
kids
know.
there?
I had to call and say you guys look great.
How do we
Thank
look?
you.
We look good?
Thank you.
You look great. I have to ask, because I have company here.
Okay.
Who does your hair?
Well, you know, in some of these shots, the hair looks like it belongs on a little plastic mannequin or something. I got small head syndrome right now. There it is. There it is. I tell you what, the lady who does my hair,
She's a lovely
she's
lady.
amazing.
She's amazing.
I think not only does she understand my hair, which is very difficult to understand personally, but whenever she shows me the back, she makes a very special effort not to show me that top part with the mirror. And on account of that, she gets special tips. I'm telling you right now.
You just made her night.
We're very fond of that special lady.
We
too.
love Miss Orsar, and thank you, Orsar, for always
Yes.
taking such good care of us. She's wonderful. On short notice, if I call her, I'll tell her I need a haircut. I'm in that chair, and she makes all kinds of special arrangements for us. So thank you. We love you guys. Are the kids watching?
The kids are watching.
Hi, kids.
Yo, Anthony. Yo, Bella.
Bella.
You guys look great. So happy to see you on. And we wanted to say that our favorite was Halloween.
Okay,
Halloween.
good.
And
And what's
your
your
number?
Belita number?
Oh, our number? 12.
Okay,
12
good.
and Halloween for Miss Libby. Thank you, darling.
Thank
we appreciate
you.
you always being there for us.
Well, love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
too.
Love you too. Thank you.
Bye.
I remember she called in the Halloween show.
She
Remember
sure
that?
did.
Yeah.
She sure did with
Yeah.
Dr. Paul.
Yeah,
Now
that's
look
right.
at this picture right here. This picture here is all you need to know about. Look at that motley crew right there. Attending one of our favorite little bistros on Paso Grill, right there just south of the Don Cesar.
Those are fun.
Gennaro's Italian Bistro. Gennaro's Ristorante Italiano.
Our
And,
favorite place.
And that was one afternoon. And you can see when we make an event, people do, in fact, show up. That was one of our Paso Grill beach bum events. And the big gentleman there with the sunglasses and the white goatee there, that's our beach master, Michael White. And he's always making sure that he gets there early to get a great spot for us. And everybody else that's in that photograph, there's Franny in the front.
Front and center.
Front and center. We just have a great time. So, you know, if you see something on Facebook or you hear through the network that we've got another event planned, we expect that you'll want to show up and join us.
Well, why not? We're a fun group.
We're a great fun group. Now,
We
listen,
always have fun.
We do.
Kid around, we have fun.
We encouraged you last week. This would be a great time to remind you. We encouraged you last week to have watch parties, right, Stevie?
Easy for
sure
you to
did.
say.
Yeah, easy for me to say. Watch parties, and if you're having one now, and if there's anybody there with a camera. With a cell phone with a camera, take that photograph.
Please, we're waiting.
Man, you know what? If Hugh Perrette could have sat home last week and taken a photograph of himself and sent it in to us, he'd have won a personal appearance by these three because nobody else sent us a picture. So, party of
We're
one.
waiting
won.
for that first
We're waiting
picture.
for that special picture.
Somebody
And
help
once-
us out here.
And once you get that photo, send it to show@tampanatives.com so we can receive it and see who the winner is.
And we may just show up at your house.
That's right.
On some Tuesday
That's
to watch
right.
this. So if you're out there watching, and I'm thinking about those folks over there at Kiki's place, you know, at
Yes.
Castillo's Cafe,
Absolutely.
send us that photograph.
Hi,
All right,
guys.
look at that picture right there. That was the soiree that we were talking about.
The
Huawei.
Huawei.
And that group of folks right there, kind of a special group. We celebrated that summer 40 years, that seems like an awful long time, of having
scary.
graduated 6th grade from Henry W. Grady Elementary School. And those are some of my classmates. In the back there, that big fellow, that bald fellow that looks sort of like Uncle Fester, that's Casey, who just called a minute ago.
Uncle Fester.
And Harry Lynn is off to the right there. I'm in the front. And of course, the lady in the far left dressed in pink, that was our 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Cagnina. And just to her left there is her daughter, Karen. So, I mean, it's just a great photograph, great friends. That's what we do here at the Tampa Native Show. We bring friends together. And
Is that Laura Sotomayor?
Laura Sotomayor
Yes.
just to my left.
We'll be seeing some of those people
Yep.
at the Rays game.
At the Rays game this coming Sunday.
great.
So join us. Okay, thanks for showing that picture, Jeff. We appreciate it. Let me give a quick shout out as we're closing in on that magical 15-minute mark. Hey, our phones went dead. Jeff, check to make sure that
Check the cable.
Check to make sure everything's plugged in. I'm sure everybody wants to talk to us. There's some breaking news. Breaking
dun,
news.
dun.
No, that's Jeff calling. Watch, I'm not going to answer that because Jeff, he's
Thank
he's
you.
goofing us. Let me just say that this Sunday, April 22nd, the Rays game event that we've been talking about is all sold out. Thanks to all of you that got in on time.
Thank you very
we
much.
appreciate that. Also, a great big shout out at this point to Juan Santayana.
Definitely.
Because he's
Absolutely.
bringing, what does that say there, Stevie?
Yummies.
Pastelitos de guayaba y coco.
Wow.
Not bad, huh?
Pretty good Spanish.
Very good.
Not bad,
Also
not bad.
like to say thank you to Wes Wilson. Wes Wilson, darling, who is from,
Alessi Bakeries.
and what's he bringing?
He's bringing us a delicious sheet cake, especially for the Tampa Native Show.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
going to be kind of
Decorated,
cool.
really cool.
And of course,
It's gonna be
Kevin
fun.
Malzone, we mentioned earlier, will be there as well. Kevin, thank you, and your brother as well, Derek, for providing us with the shirts. Now, see, we do, not only do we do fun and exciting fun things, but we also do our public service and our community effort. Here we are answering the phones for the
Making
NDA
a
telethon.
Good cause.
Fist for, no.
Making a muscle,
Making a
making a muscle for
Muscle for
MDA.
MDA. That's
We've
it.
done, we're making a fit. We've done it for the last 3 years, and you know what? We may very well do it again this year.
Yeah.
Thanks to those that always show up in the back there. You see Mike Baluja and Star Garcia, and,
Yeah.
and there's Holly East,
Fran.
and Franny's all in the corner, and
Dory.
Kathy White there, and Dory's in the front next to you.
And we always
Steve.
have a good time doing
And
that.
Steve
Yes.
is the only one on the phone here. We can't figure out why, because
He's pretending.
I think
to
he
be
was
on the
acting. I
phone.
think he was just faking it. He was faking
And
it.
I think my phone was the only one working.
It was.
Yes,
Remember, we had some
that was a
technical
weird-
snafus. It was kind of a
weird
little
event.
bit of a. It's kind of a little bit of a yeah. But hey,
Great time
why don't we
zone.
take a minute before we go to the 15-minute girl, 15-minute girl Bolita drawing?
Right.
Why don't we take a minute and mention to everybody our sponsors?
That's a
Great.
great idea.
What do you think?
I think we definitely
We have
should.
some wonderful sponsors.
We love our sponsors. We wouldn't be here without our sponsors, and this is the time of the show when we talk a little bit about them. Would you like to read some of these, darling, or you want me to go ahead and do that?
You can do that.
You sure? So you don't
yeah,
have to put on
my
your
eyes are
glasses.
really
All right.
weird today.
All right, you go first.
I'll go. Well, I'll take the first crack
You
at
take
this.
the hard ones.
All right, I will. We would like to say thank you to Alessi Bakery for providing us with funding so we can continue to bring you this show each and every week. La Unión Italiana, thank you. Unioni Italiana, pronounce it correctly.
Good job.
Wright's Gourmet House, thank you. Stamataka, Stalgi, and Bonanno for stepping up and helping us. Amarilli Sandwiches and more. Cacciatore Brothers. PJ Testa Accounting, we love you, PJ.
We do.
Fran Costantino and Company.
Real
Did I say that
estate
right?
services.
Real estate services.
Real Estate Services, thank you. South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic, Housewife Bake Shop, and our most recent sponsor to join the family, Columbia Jobbing. Thank you all
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Personal contributors, Stevie?
Yeah, we'd like to thank all of our personal contributors, and here we have Frank Cueto,
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie DeRigo, I went to high school with, chefs Dave Del Rio and George Tamargo, Henry and Raul Castillo, Copeland Moret, Philip and Carmen Nunez, Mike and Kathy White. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
And-
you very much.
And
you
you're
very much.
encouraged to join if you'd like to join this very special group of people. Help keep this show kind of
Going.
going strong.
Without our fans and sponsors, as we mentioned each week, we wouldn't be
100%
here.
correct.
Without the phones ringing, where would we be? And speaking of phones ringing, what a nice segue, Stevie.
What a coincidence.
Take that call.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Fran Costantino.
Hey.
Fran.
Well,
Hi, Franny.
Good
I
timing.
think
Again.
Fran's got this whole
Yes, I
thing
think she
worked
does.
out. Franny, well, you listen. This has not been lost on any of us, Fran.
You're
go
good,
ahead,
Fran.
Go ahead and take us through what we're about to do now.
Yes. It's
I'm
time.
the Bolita drawing, but actually I just got home and I just called to let y'all know the Rays are winning 3-1.
Yay!
Hey!
Great.
Yay.
Go Rays.
Yay.
Go Rays. I have no idea what inning it is. I just walked in the door, but y'all are looking great. Love
you.
the new T-shirt.
Thanks.
you.
Good.
Sharp,
we
aren't
do
they?
too.
Got about 6 minutes to go, Fran.
Yeah.
You want to introduce this next segment? This Bolita drawing brought to you by?
Costantino and Company in historic Ybor City.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
Perfect.
Did Kiki get my number 69 tonight?
Get it down
I
there.
will put it down
Put
right
there.
now,
We've
Mama.
got it right now. We've got it right now.
Oh, very cool.
You made it just under the wire.
I love y'all.
Love you
You too,
too,
Frank.
We'll see you
Franny.
Sunday.
All right, darling.
Thank
Can't
you, Frank.
wait.
Good luck. Good luck with the drawing. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. 8 minutes to go. Wonderful. You know, I'll save the reading of this particular email for after the Bolita drawing.
Let's do that.
Let's go ahead and
Let's
do the
do that.
Bolita drawing because we've got lots of people out there. They listen. If you didn't get in this time, make sure that you call in early next week because we give away some fabulous gifts here. Oh, look, and we have to mention, this is real quick, we have to mention, we forgot to mention this earlier. This was just last
Speaking of
October.
France.
Yeah.
This is the Ruskin
Family Drive-In.
Drive-In Theater.
Yeah.
We got a hankering. Is that a right word, Steve? I don't even know
In
what
this
that
case,
means.
yeah,
But
it
we
was.
got we got a hankering to go to the drive-in, man. So we coordinated an effort. There were about 10 or 12 of us that drove out to Ruskin.
Yeah.
And we got there, and it was a cool night. And Franny brought café con leche and pastelito de guayaba, and we
She
had
did.
popcorn, and that's Mike and Kathy White.
It was a blast.
Oh man, we saw. What movies did we see? You remember?
Well, it was Moneyball.
And
Puss in
And
Boots.
There
that's
you go.
right. That's right.
There you go.
And
Was
I
it
haven't been
great?
to a drive-in theater in 30 years since 20th century.
Hey, you
I
guys,
had
if
the
you
blast
guys
at
want to go to a drive-in with us and want us to coordinate that, we'll do that
Yeah.
too. And you know what? The Ruskin Family Drive-In Theater, it's a little bit of a drive. I won't lie to you, but you know what?
Wonderful people that are
Yes, Mr. Friedland.
Yes.
He's an incredible host, and you know we need to support him to keep his business alive
Very
as well. All right, darling.
nostalgic.
Okay.
If you will grab that first shirt there at the top.
The first shirt would be.
South Tampa Survivors, we love that shot there. Let's close the show out on that one. South Tampa Survivors, this is the last of the 3 t-shirts we have from them. This is that group that you saw earlier
Yeah.
with Randy and Patty
Patty,
and
Coney
Steve. Jump in,
Stewart.
yep, jump
Here we
in
go.
there, Steve.
Digging down deep here.
Digging deep and selling them cheap. What do you got? Write this down, darling.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number
five.
five.
Closest to without
Okay,
going
number
over.
5.
Care to guess?
That would be
Joe.
Joe Abini.
Joe
who else?
Abini.
Joe Abini. You can't
That's
win.
why they play, because
Yeah,
they
because you
always-
can't win
His
unless you
first
call
time,
in.
First time calling in.
Welcome back, Joe.
And by the way, any new winners of the Bolita drawing, please email us your address and your information, contact information at show@tampanatives.com.
All right, before you read that number, this is going to be, darling, if you'll pull that,
Yes,
yes. This is going to be for our,
bumper sticker.
yeah, and I'll disclose this now. For those that are going to be in attendance at Sunday's game, you're all getting one of these too, okay? Nobody goes home empty-handed, those that are going to be with us Sunday at the game. This is the TampaNativeShow.com. Sharing your memories has never been this much fun. Bumper sticker. There we go.
And that's true. Number 75.
Number 75. I don't think we've ever pulled 75.
I don't think we
before.
have ever.
So it's closest to without going over? Is that Miss Fran?
That would be Miss Franny.
Frank Constantino, we're going to bring you.
Another lucky winner.
Of course. write it down there, my love. Beautiful. And of course, tonight's grand prize, arguably because it's the newest addition to our ensemble,
Yes.
is
this?
fabulous,
New
brand
shirt.
new Tampa
I like
Native.
the font on that.
There's
Very
right there,
sharp.
darling. Tampa Native t-shirt.
Very
That is
nice.
so cool. And the 15-minute girl, how much to go?
5 minutes.
And the 15-minute girl had everything to do with selecting that font.
Because I'm good like that.
I think Joe Abini and Fran should
Okay,
should
here
buy
we go.
lottery
Okay.
tickets
For the
here.
new shirt, Stevie, do it
For
good.
the money.
14.
14. Closest to, without going over. Yes, it is. Ladies.
That would be Libby, our darling niece.
Hello, Olivia.
Hey,
Happy
winner, chicken dinner.
winner, chicken dinner. Excellent. Put her down.
And she hasn't called in a while either.
Yeah, Libby, right here.
Oh, I'm ready.
Terrific. That's terrific.
Congratulations, Libby.
Congratulations, Libby. We'll
Good
get that
job.
shirt to you somehow, and I know where your mother works, so we'll bring that to you. Listen, before we sign off, it's important for us to read this email to you because it kind of sets up a little bit about what we do here at the Tampa Native Show. I know we talked about it last week, and we want to continue to talk about it because I think, speaking on behalf of Tampa Steve, the 15-minute girl, we feel very special and very privileged to be able to bring you this show each and every week. And you know, TBCN is a place to do it.
Absolutely.
You guys out there, if you've got an idea for a show or doing something similar to what we're doing here, this is the place to do it. Tampa Bay Community Network. So make sure you reach out to them here. Call them here. Set up a tour. They'll take you around. They'll show you. They'll talk to you all about the studio and how you too can produce your own show here. It's pretty neat stuff. We feel very special to be able to do this show.
And it's fun.
And look at this email that we got just this week.
From last weekend's event.
From last weekend's event. It's from Miss Suzanne, and I don't want to mispronounce
Suzanne
the last
Prier.
name. Suzanne Prier.
Yes. Very nice lady. we
Historic
met.
Homes Workshop, Tampa Preservation Inc. Great event last week.
Thank you, Suzanne, for writing. And Suzanne writes,
Thank
thank
you
you
all.
so much for coming yesterday and inviting Johnny Sinchette. Here's a statement that I want you to read on your show. I love the way your show has been evolving. It is obviously inspired by love of family, of tradition, and of place. As the show has matured, this homegrown gem has become more polished. Without being slick, you have fine-tuned it so that the pace is perfect, the content lively, and the spirit strong. Every town in America should have its own native show. In today's world of materialism and individualism, such a program provides a warm reminder of the rich benefits of family and community. Signed, Suzanne Prier. Suzanne, thank you. That's very heartfelt.
That's a wonderful, glowing review.
Very rewarding
Yeah.
for us to be able to read that on the air. You know, we experienced that today too when we took that tour of Caracolillo Coffee Mills.
We did.
One thing we found out is that there is a spirit
Yeah.
alive, especially for those of us that grew up here in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
We can call it the Tampa Native spirit. I think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Michael Faedo and his family exhibited that, demonstrated that to us today.
Yes, very nice.
And
Wonderful.
we felt it. And that's something that I think we in our fast-paced world today, we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that we grew up in a very special place that we call Tampa, Florida. Stevie, would you
And-
like to elaborate a little
Well,
bit?
kind of to maybe repeat what was mentioned last week was the past is part of us.
Yes. Right.
And there is, Tampa has grown quite a bit. However, there's still that nucleus of Tampa natives and
Right.
people that share our common culture,
Memories,
history,
yeah.
heritage,
Yeah,
and memories as well.
yeah.
And just as an aside, I'll just throw this out there because I think as we go further in this season, we may have a show dedicated to perhaps Steve, Tampa Steve, and the Canella story, because Steve recently has been betrothed a chest, literally a treasure chest full of documents, very important and rare documents. His uncle who passed last year, Uncle George, saved everything. And Steve has been given the opportunity to literally retrace the steps of his family. Stevie, I can't imagine what you're going through now, just opening up these boxes and looking at some of this wonderful stuff. So we'll do a show, I think, dedicated to the Canella legacy. But that's just one story. That's just one story.
There's
here
many
in Tampa.
stories out there.
This is a show, this shot real quick. If you'll take me out of the shot, when you come back with the 3-shot. Jeff, this is what we did this past weekend.
It sure was.
Talk
This
a little
is-
bit about this, Steve.
This is a Historic Homes Workshop, and it was at Seminole Heights Methodist Church. And this is put on by Tampa Preservation Inc. They're on Facebook, by the way. And Suzanne Prier, she helped to set this up as well. But great organization. This is Johnny Sinchette in the center. His book just came out, by the way. And I can't wait to see it.
I know,
but
it's gonna be great.
Historic storefronts, basically. And it's been a couple
inside
years.
pictures.
Johnny is our dear friend, and
Interview.
you know
Yeah.
what? We love to support Johnny, and Johnny is one of our principal fans and supporters. So we can't wait to be there at
And
his
guest.
at his opening when we'll be there with him.
Yeah.
Listen, we come to you each and every week. Don't forget to tune in on Tuesday for the replay of this very show, and we'll see all of you Sunday. Those that are going to the game will be there. On behalf of Steve Canella, the 15-minute girl, say it with me, salute,
Salute.
and happy
Happy
days.
days.
We love you, Tampa.
Bye.
Bye.
Back when we were younger and everything seemed new, we used to have a lot of fun, yes we did, no matter what we do. Sleepy days, long summer nights, going anywhere we please, with love that I could call my own, love that I've always known, a city that I call my home, a home from which I never roam. This love affair was meant to be. I love her and she loves me. I remember Tampa, oh, she remembers me. She remembers me. I remember, yeah, yes I do. Oh, oh, I remember, yeah, me and you. I'm a Tampa native, Tampa native, can't you see?
7 p.m. on TBCN, home of the Tampa Natives Show.